Which Dune?
The miniseries from 2000.
Okay, I haven't seen
Yeah,
that one.
that was a paid
I've only
request. I,
seen.
I actually really liked it.
Cool.
It was
Very
very well
cool.
done for TV. John Harrison directed it, who worked with George Romero a lot. So it was really well
Okay.
done.
He he did the music for Day of the Dead.
Yep, and Creepshow, and he directed one of the segments in Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. He did a bunch of stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
But hello there, people. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I wasn't. I wasn't going to say anything. You're good.
Oh. But hi, people in the chat. We have Alex, Jordan, Frame by Frame. Thank you for the request. Mr.
Oh boy.
D-Man, Jordan, Jedizilla, Bobby, Sam. Hope everyone's doing okay. Fabio is joined with me tonight because we both got a paid request for a first watch commentary on Rebel Moon Part 1, the Zack Snyder seems like wannabe Star Wars type of thing. Which I guess a part 2 will be coming out this year. I don't know why this needed 2 parts, but what do I know?
I agree, Jazz.
Every Zack Snyder film has to be 5 hours long.
It's all the slow mo.
So Chaz already saying it's a snooze fest. That's what I've heard. So I guess we'll be ready for it. Frame by Frame's here.
It was so good that part 2 was coming out.
Before we start, I know your thoughts, but your quick thoughts on Zack Snyder. I know your thoughts, but just for that.
I think he is one of the most overrated directors of all time. He is not a good director. The only movie that I like is the Dawn of the Dead remake, but even then, there's things in that movie that I'm not really big on. But, you know, I did that video a little while back. That was a paid request of why I don't like him and my thoughts. And some moron was like, well, you haven't seen every movie, so you can't comment. I'm like, why would I want to watch all his movies if I don't like them? I've seen enough to know. Unfortunately, I sat through Batman versus Superman and Justice League, so why would I want to watch the rest of them?
Well, I've seen every one of them, and I can agree with you. So there you go. Because 300 is okay to me. Watchmen was okay to me. I actually liked his Owl movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's animated, so who knows how much direction he gave, or just let the animators take note.
And that would be the only one that I would be interested in seeing.
Sucker Punch was awful. Batman v Superman was awful. Man of Steel was awful. All Cuts of Justice League were awful. Arm of the Dead was... I almost want to say that's his worst, because that should have been a shoo-in, and it was so off the mark with Batista fighting zombies and Vegas heist. Should have been a winner, and it wasn't. And I don't understand how you screwed that up. That's still dumbfounding to me. That's just me, though.
Well,
and thank you, Sway Persuade. Oh, before we start, thank you, Justin. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
As an alternative, anyone, you guys are in the movie. Tell anyone you guys live. Care to comment? Can I watch that cut of the movie? Just
where's that
be
version?
A happy ending. There you go. The Fabio cut.
That's right.
Okay, Framer. I'll give you a second. No problem, man.
Yeah, we're not.
But
not
yeah, I want to see that cut.
That's right.
I want to see that cut of the movie.
We kill everybody. Like the killer.
Did you saw Arm of the Dead?
No, I didn't bother. Why would I want to watch that?
Yeah, you're not missing much. And unless you want to see Batista's daughter just be completely annoying and get everybody killed.
I'm good.
But she's the one who lives.
But like people always get mad like when I say that. Like, why would I want to waste my time? Why would I want to bother? Why am I going to waste my time? I'd rather watch something that I'm going to like. or do something else with my free time, not watch some shitty movie. It's not complicated,
Victor,
folks.
Victor, this was a paid request from Frame by Frame. That's the only reason. The only reason.
Yeah, I
And
definitely
Jordan, I'm not
watch this on
singing.
my own.
And no, Jordan, I'm not singing. Sorry, man.
I don't even
I
know
don't
what that's.
sing.
I don't even know what that is.
You sing the DMX Rainbow, Reading Rainbow.
Oh, that I have. Yeah, I'll get sued if
No,
I sing that.
John, yes, I have signed my NDA before the commentary. That's true.
I didn't know what that was when you did that. I thought like somebody made you sign an NDA to do a stream, and then I'm like, oh, I get it. So it took me a minute, but that was funny.
Yeah, just me being a wise ass. That was a fun stream with Uncle
It
Bill.
was. I loved it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
The frame ever come in hot.
Anytime Uncle Bill comes on, it's always a good time.
I agree. Oh wow, thanks, man.
Appreciate
God
it.
bless you both. Keep up the good work. Stay strong. Let's have some fun. Thank you for your kindness, man. I mean, in all sincerity, that's very kind of you.
Yeah, I know
I don't deserve it. Fabio deserves it. I don't. But thank you.
I don't deserve nothing. I'm nobody famous, and I'm nobody special. But
Neither
yes,
am I.
we joke about the stuff that you send the paid requests in, but I appreciate the kindness and everything from everybody. But I'm nobody. I'm just an idiot that has that with a webcam. Well, this is a web camera, or the other camera that I use. I'm nobody special. Never was. Never will be.
Same with me. I'm in the same boat. And thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, you told that story before. That's cool that Braun Strowman helped the family. Hey, give credit to anyone who does that. You know, to the parade. Yep. Okay, Braun Strowman did right to a family who lost one of their sons from car crash through the parade, and Katy Perry did wrong. I'm not sure what that.
Yeah, so Katy Perry was. I don't remember what show it is, but I think it's America's Got Talent or one of those. And this kid got up and sang, and he had survived a school shooting, and he was dedicating what he was doing to his friends that got killed. And she went off on him about gun control and this and that and all this stupid shit. So, she went into business
I thought she
for herself.
Helped someone.
No, she belittled this kid and yelled at him and everything, and just started like freaking out for no reason. And then there was another lady that was on there. She was auditioning, and she was like a mom of 5 or something, and she was like making fun of her for being a mom. It's like, okay, I don't understand what the whole deal with that is, but sure, whatever floats your boat.
Well, thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it. There's stupid people in the world. Katy Perry's one of them.
Yeah,
she's not started yet.
She's a robot.
Yeah, from Austin Powers.
Send in the fembots. Suede, I am not excited for WWE 2K24 because wrestling is dead. The 2K games I don't like. The older games are way better, but wrestling is dead. Excuse me. Especially with what's going on right now. So it's not just that, but it's everything else. all of it collectively sucks. Like, Impact Wrestling going back to TNA, like that's going to change anything.
And Wolfram #1, no, I'm not a Judge Judy guy. I don't watch this stuff, so.
Judge Joe Brown.
Yeah, I watched that.
Judge Joe Brown's awesome. Jordan, I can read the comments. No, I am not excited about another Jurassic Park movie. There should have even though I like Jurassic Park 3, there should have only been one. Jurassic Park did not need sequels.
Yeah, I agree. Like you, I like Jurassic Park 3, but I mean, just end a trilogy at the very most. Just two I have issues with, but
yeah, Lost World is a mess. That whole movie is a mess. But didn't they say they were only doing a new trilogy and then they stopped and then that? Who cares?
It's always that way.
Fuck Jurassic Park. I want Dino Crisis. There we go. Yeah, the Final Friday.
The final chapter, the final Friday, the final this.
The Final Frontier.
And I've never played a Tekken game, Martin, so I can't say anything about it.
Oh, Tekken.
Glad that you got the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire game.
Yeah,
I said a request for
that. Last time I was at the video game store, I was thinking, I'm like, I know they have it. I need to get it because I keep forgetting, so that's why. It was like $5. I'm like, I'll pick it up because they were helping other people, these morons that didn't know what they were getting and everything. So I'm like, okay.
But we'll still look at the chat, but we'll start now since this is a 2-hour and 15-minute movie. I have a pause at the beginning. Guess I'll count down from 3. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. And I think this is what the Netflix thing.
Oh, it must be good. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I don't have Netflix, so I'm watching it in some other way. I'll put it that way.
You're not missing much. I had the streaming like over 10 years ago. I only had it for a little bit, but back then there wasn't much on it. It wasn't like it is now.
Yeah.
But I had the DVDs. When they did the DVDs, I used to get those for a while.
Yeah, so when someone told me that pretty much Zack Snyder at one point wanted to do a Star Wars movie, but then that didn't happen, so he just took those ideas and made this movie, I guess. But it's like a wannabe Star Wars, I guess. And an asshole opened up, or a vagina.
Nice. Is that Piers Morgan? It sounds like him.
So more British.
Hello.
Hello, Governor.
How much did this cost?
No, like too much.
The CG is awful. We just started.
In space, it opened up like this, like a vajayjay. That's the first shot.
That sets the tone for the whole movie. Yeah, like this.
Fabio, which song would you rather listen to? Eye the Tiger for Rocky 3, Katy Perry. Well, he would take Eye of the Tiger over K-12.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's cost 100.
What?
This cost 166 million, according to Frame by Frame.
Jesus. Yeah.
Where did it go? It didn't go on screen.
Yeah, that looks like a painting. Like it's supposed to be a painting. I think. Is it? No, it isn't.
No, that's clearly
that
CG.
Looks like a painting. That looks like a painting on a wall. That's
clearly CG.
Yeah.
Jordan, again, I can read the chat. You don't have to ask Matt to ask me the question. I can read. I reviewed Godzilla
Minus One. He reviewed it.
And I really liked it.
So did I. That is not good looking effects.
Nope.
That does look... There's no dimension.
Nope.
Why do you think that is with the bigger budgets? Is it time or laziness, or what is the deal with that?
It's laziness. They don't give a shit. They don't care. They do not care about quality anymore. It doesn't matter if it's a movie or anything else. They don't give a shit about quality. Just
In
like
these clothes, I feel like they're trying to rip off Serenity, Firefly.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead. You were saying. Sorry.
Because my hard drive, my portable hard drive, the power cord is already starting to split and the wires are showing. And I didn't even buy it 2 years ago. Like, what the fuck?
Fabio, are they using the right lens here? Doesn't look like it.
It's not the lens, it's the fact that there's no depth of field. They're focused on the wrong thing.
Like you said, there's no depth. There's no space in between. It's such a flat image.
There's no depth. There's no depth of field. They just pointed the camera and started shooting.
Like someone mentioned, The Fifth Element had 90 million, and that is immensely better looking than this. That was 1997.
Yep. Which they're putting that back in theaters again later this year.
Yeah, Rebel Poon. That'll be the
Make practical effects great again. I agree.
Oh, wait, in Ireland?
Hello! Top of the morning to you.
Okay, first split second, I thought that was Bill Moseley, but it's not.
Nope.
Sorry.
Jordan, it's too many to list. And the White Ranger, I got off of eBay.
Yeah, the MILF Hunter.
No, Zack Snyder has no excuses. He just doesn't give a shit. The hell? They going to battle?
I thought he had food in his beard.
It looks like it, but it's not. Yeah. Is that Corey Stoll? Or no?
Who is that?
Corey Stoll was the bad guy in Ant-Man. The bald guy.
Oh.
It looks like him. I don't know if that's him or not.
Look up the cast.
Yeah, maybe the Leprechaun will show up.
Yeah, Corey Stoll.
Damn, I'm good. I'm good.
So the cast here is Sophia Boutella, this girl. Jamon Hansu is in this.
Oh, cool.
Charlie Hunnam, Ray Fisher. I guess Terry Elwes as a teen. Corey Stoll. I guess Derek Mears as a small part. Too bad I wasted on this.
At least for Derek Mears, the check cleared.
Fabio, what do you think of the color palette? Why does everything look so dark and murky?
It's nothing special. Because they're trying to make it look like that. Because they're trying to make it look like, it's no electricity and they have it rough and this and that. It's nothing special. It doesn't look anything special. That's what I love. All these people try to argue, the movies that are being made today look so amazing. Are you sure about that? Because they don't.
Almost seems like it's trying to look like Game of Thrones.
Right. I just watched Dune from the Sci-Fi Channel, and that was a $20 million budget, and it looks way better than this.
Oh, thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, Eye of Tiger is a great theme. Same with Final Countdown. Yeah.
The Planet of
Hey, those
Irish
are good type
Spring.
of songs. K-12 ain't nothing. Don't bother with K-12.
Fuck K-12.
Just do 12 sit-ups, 12 push-ups, and Cat Williams can find 12 dicks to suck. I don't know. Eye of the Tiger. Great movie and great song. check out the movie too with Gary Busey
Which has the
when he
song.
wasn't touching people.
Yeah, seriously. Before he was molesting and talking about buttered sausage or whatever.
Sausage.
Did you see that?
No.
There's like a clip where he's on a podcast and he's going on about buttered sausage. It's the weirdest thing. Jordan, I have most of the Godzilla movies. I have all the old school ones.
No problem, Drew Michael. Watching those will be better than watching the movie.
Zack Snyder's the kind of guy that jerks off to porn in black and white because he hates color.
I could see that.
Oh my god, that's too funny. That's too funny.
Was that? Nah, so I would bet that was the real Gary Busey, not AI generated. I bet he wishes it was.
No, it was
Gary Busey's office beds.
Cat Williams wine. Joe Rogan said Cat Williams is welcome on his show anytime.
Gray stole Thor's hammer.
For whom the bell tolls. Where the fuck is Metallica?
I love how she's like everybody's already there. She's hitting it. Like everybody's already there. The bat's staring at her, and she's just hitting it. Like who are you hitting it for? Everybody's staring at her already.
Everyone's there.
they're just looking. What's this girl baiting it for? Why do they have every girl like weigh like 85 pounds and they're this badass lead?
Believable. It's believable.
Well, Gina Davis was more believable, and Demi Moore and G.I. Jane were more believable.
85-pound women can kill everybody and fight and kill and destroy. And
Mr. D, man, you don't have to. I don't know. YouTube glitched, but they made you post Space Farmers like 5 times. I've had that happen before.
He was so excited about it. He just wanted to tell everybody. Yes, rest in peace, Yapid Kodo, great actor.
Of course.
The bonus situation.
Yeah.
I'm Mosley.
Right. But yeah, the hammer was bigger than her too.
Right.
Mr. D, man, I think you need to check your connection. It seems like anytime you post, there's like 4 or 5 pop up. So
look,
you need to.
He's really excited. He's just really excited.
You might need to restart the thing because each time you post, it's posted like 5 times.
Crystal.
Yeah, they're coming. Yeah.
That's weird. How's it because they're coming?
That's like a try and do Serenity, Firefly.
Yep.
Because like Dune. The West type of theme, but then, Dune, yeah.
My favorite part of Highlander is the training montage.
Good scene.
Because it's Sean fucking Connery.
Of course.
They're trying to do a Mattel cinematic universe. What are they going to do next? A Hot Wheels movie?
I think they will. I would bet money they will. So it'll be like that movie Cars, but with Hot Wheels.
But with Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. Great game.
No, Bobby, I already beat God of War, so I beat it before you send it. But I appreciate it, man. I already beat the game, but just got to post it. But thank you, Bobby.
Well, if they do the Hot Wheels movie, Metallica's Fuel has to be in it, like in the video game.
Guys, does she look cool with the slow-mo dust? Sadly, no.
Yeah.
She looks about as cool as a $3 bill.
Why is he hugging him?
They're boyfriends.
Ew, that's gay.
He's a Gestapo, and you know about Hitler.
Gay.
You're Gutenhagen. I need to come on your beard.
Yeah.
If I come on your beard, will you shave it then?
Yeah.
The beard is chafing.
So are these guys like Nazis or something? Are they like Nazi aliens?
They look like it. They look like it. Oh my god, that girl is anorexic. Ally McBeal.
She needs seconds at dinner.
I like there's just like one guy who's like stole Whoopi Goldberg's hat from Star Trek Next Generation. Or two of them at least.
There was a guy there was a guy I was in basic training with. He was too skinny. They gave him double rations.
Really?
Yep. He was too skinny. And everybody would try to like buy food off of him. It was funny.
Is there something that stops? Like if you're too skinny, they stop, or they just take you anyway?
They'll take you anyway. They don't give a shit. They'll just give you more food. Because when I went through processing, this kid was sitting next to me. He was like crying. I'm like, "What's wrong?" He goes, "I think they're not going to take me. I'm underweight." I said, "No, you'll be fine. Don't worry." He was all like nervous and upset. I'm like, "You'll be okay. You'll be all right. Don't worry."
Yeah.
Even if you're fat, they'll take you because you'll lose weight. Trust me. Because I did.
I know this is off tangent, but just a quick question. What are your thoughts on Wind Talkers? Because I saw that today earlier.
I always liked it. I like it. I think it's a good movie. I think it's pretty underrated. John Woo said that the biggest problem was the weather. The weather did not cooperate, so they had to change everything, and it was a nightmare. He also said the studio didn't give a shit because they wanted a typical war film, and he didn't want to make that.
Oh, cool.
And he said it came out. It was supposed to come out, I think, like in October of 2001, but then 9/11 happened, so the movie got pushed. So people like didn't care. But he said people have come up to him and said they really like that movie. So he is proud. He said he's very proud of that film. But I like it. I always thought it was a good movie. It's not a typical John Woo movie, but that's okay.
Cool.
So he just hugged him, and then he just like slapped his shoulder, and now he's like freaking out about it. Okay, this is weird. Jordan, I love Shining Time Station. That just turned 35 years, which is scary. I would get rid of the mud filter. I'd get rid of, I don't know what the hell they used here, but yeah, it looks like shit. Oh, he's got like the Hitler haircut. That's weird.
Again, total Gestapo, just
right.
That's easily what they're doing.
I don't know what the obsession is with the bowl cuts, but sure. Too skinny. Shouldn't they have him drive a tank? Yeah, Silver Wings. Typically, I don't know what his job was, but if you're driving a tank, you definitely got to be skinny to fit in there.
He said they cut back to this guy. I keep thinking there's food in his hair, his beard.
It's
Yeah,
not.
the
I
actor.
thought it was, but it's not. I gotta trim this because I keep getting stuff caught. So
I guess for like maybe you need what that guy is. I don't know what that is. Like rollers.
I'll braid it. There we go.
Right. Yeah.
I'll get one of my
Film
cousins.
roller.
My cousin, she's what, 2? I'll get her to braid it.
Sounds good. My timestamp is about 18 minutes and 57 seconds, frame by
Yep.
frame. Nah, Alec didn't shoot any of the tanks. I remember that movie. Nah. He didn't shoot Thomas. He shot the other tank.
I hope not. I wonder if he shot any of the trains. That's too funny.
I don't know if I see that Zack Snyder style. Like Dawn of the Dead, then I don't think looked like this.
No, but they like blew the picture out on that.
Yeah.
They made it look like really blown out and everything because that was cool at the time. Because Man on Fire was like that because they came out the same year. They were doing that they were doing like Black Hawk Down, like where they blew out the picture, which I don't like, but I think Jarhead was like that.
Oh yeah.
There's supposed to be an R-rated cut of this.
Can't we even have the R-rated? Well, first off, why would you not just make it R-rated in the first place? It's Netflix. Like, why? You're not worrying about people worry about ratings because of theaters. Will people go? The same people want to see it on streaming. Yeah, marketing. Because now it's hey, Zack Snyder, Justice League, that made so much buzz for 10 minutes, not anymore. And now we gotta make another buzz. Every cut has another cut.
Yep. Yeah, I don't understand that with streaming. Oh God.
Let's have an R-rated cut of Owl movie. There you
go. There we go. What do you want me to do? I can't do anything. It's a movie. It's not real.
You push stop.
Yeah, but I can't because he paid for it.
I know. I'm just kidding. He said do something.
What the hell do you want me to do?
When he said 9 weeks, I thought he was going to say 9, 9, 9. Just stop.
9. 2
I don't know why I thought of this movie. Maybe just I'm thinking of better movies. Soldier.
Way better.
Maybe because it's on another planet and you have people that are kind of wearing rags and they're being thrust upon by an outside force. But at least you had Kurt Russell kicking ass.
And Michael Chiklis.
Yeah, that's true. Which that grew on me. I do like Soldier.
Yeah, I always liked that movie. Always thought it was cool. It's supposed to be 6 hours when the R-rated cut come out.
Oh, of course. It's 2 hours and 15. Of course, that'd be 3 hours. That's normal for Zach nowadays.
Why the fuck are people making 6-hour movies? What is this shit? iRobot?
They ripped this off. This was a Mandalorian. The same damn robot.
Is that Anthony Hopkins as the voice? It sounds like him.
It does sound like it's. Let me see. They have. Yeah, it's Anthony Hopkins. Jesus.
I'm good. Damn, I'm good.
How the hell? How the hell they get Anthony Hopkins?
Because
Hey, he needs a job.
they paid him. That's why. Because the check cleared. That's why. Just like Harrison Ford when he did Expendables 3. No, they gave me a reason to do it.
That's true.
Why would you starve the people farming your food? Because that's what they do. Because they're not farming the food for themselves, they're farming their food for the tyrants. I mean, that's how slavery works. Just saying.
Yeah.
Soldier is hardcore like Rambo in space. Kind of like that. The ending, yeah.
I don't know. I keep thinking any minute now they're gonna go get some gold like Battlefield Earth. I don't know why.
Everything will be a Dutch angle. That's it. Shoot Hannibal Lecter. That makes sense.
Okay, good for
Again,
you.
why are people like all these producers in these studios? Like, why are they approving these 6 hour, 4 hour move? Like, don't they sit in these meetings and they're like, why does it have to be 4 hours? Why does it have to be 6 hours? Why is it 2 parts? Like, come on now.
I think sadly they just look at it where they view like TV shows like a movie, like Stranger Things. They look at, well, Avengers, Endgame, Infinity War, these films are like 3 hours that made so much money. They feel as if you tag a long running time, then that automatically means epic. It must be an epic story. It must be an epic movie. It must be a big event. Look, if you see this movie, look how much you get out of it. You get 3 hours worth of stuff. Yeah, but it's boring, then it don't matter. It's still 3 hours of boredom. But it's like they think length equals epic quality.
Nope. If it sucks, it sucks.
Watch the Shiny miniseries.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Boring. That was terrible. I watched it when it was on.
So did I. That's what made me stop watching Stephen King miniseries. Because that was like an event. Audio Trevor Chris too is always nice to hear Anthony Hopkins. He's a good actor. Yeah. Seems like a good guy too. There's not many older actors that you don't really hear much bad things about, but he's one of them.
He was Zorro.
That's true. The robot's washing. Well, I don't know if it rusts or anything, or how that works, or if it's anything that's visors and these wipe off, or they didn't think that far ahead. I don't know. You disconnected at the end, damn. Zack Snyder must not want you to watch this film either. 27 minutes and 51 seconds. Anthony Hopkins is a good Hannibal Lecter. I like Brian Cox as well.
Hannibal Lecter.
No, I do not think Abraxas is better than this movie.
But hey, put it on Blu-ray.
Yes, it did. Those rights must have been very cheap, I would hope.
Of all the movies to release,
Abraxas, God. That's all it is, folks. It's just whoever gets the rights, and many films
well,
we love that they just don't have the rights for it, or
the
something
rights to
else.
American Kickboxer 1 are still up. You get the 35 millimeter film print, and you get a 2K scan.
Is that like eBay or something?
No, it's on this website. I'm going to make an offer. I'm going to make an offer for $5 and see what happens.
That'd be hilarious.
Because they were trying to sell it for $1 million, but nobody bought it.
Well, that's that. Yeah.
$5. Take it or leave it. And then I'll
No,
sell.
I do not think. Go ahead.
I'll sell it to Vinegar Syndrome.
They'll take it. No, frame, I do not think Zach is a good world builder. The stuff that he was semi-interesting in are all stuff based on something else.
Yep.
Dawn of the Dead, 300, Watchmen, they're either based on another movie or another comic book. And other stuff, Sucker Punch, was not a good world, was not a cool, interesting world. Not much of it made sense. Army of the Dead, even less so. So no, I don't think he's that much of a world builder because I don't think he's that good as a storyteller. He may once in a while get some decent visuals in certain movies. Storytelling wise, he's very, very lacking. Again, I do not think he's a good storyteller. This, for example, it's very run of the mill, typical. You've seen this done dozens of times. Space movie, the run of the mill rags, poor people, oppressed, wanting to fight their suppressors, their oppressors, their departure, whatever the hell word is, I don't care. I know I said it wrong. Everything's there's no story worth telling in this. They just said, "Hey, give us a Star Wars wannabe," because since Disney Plus has all the Star Wars shows.
And $166 million later.
Someone would have to tell me if this was even successful of any sort. Because I don't know how that works with Netflix. I mean, I know views, but still, I don't know how many views equals to success and all that.
Views doesn't equate to money because you buy the membership. You're not buying to watch the movie.
Oh yeah, for some reason, I always keep thinking of advertising, but there's not much on advertising. I keep thinking of YouTube stuff. That's cool, Jonathan. You did enjoy the film. I did not. Spencer Confidential, not for me.
Yeah, Jesse, I'm gonna make them an offer they can't refuse for American Kickboxer. $5 right now. I'll pay you $5. Just like the guy that owns Dawn of the Dead, he wants all this money because he did that stupid 3D transfer for it that didn't make any sense. He's not going to get it. He could forget about it. Netflix is notorious for pissing money away. Of course, just like all these other ones, like Peacock. I think it was Peacock. They've lost like a shit ton of money over the past couple of years. Good, fuck them.
Yep. The reason started like this. Yes.
Let's have generic fight choreography.
I don't think I've seen slow mo yet. If so, I'm surprised.
An R-rated extended cut is set to be released in the middle of the year, and the sequel is due out in April.
What action frame by frame? There's been no action.
Okay, it costs 166 million for both of them, but still, just whatever.
The evil white people.
Yeah.
You had the wannabe Gestapo guy. You had these guys, all the evil white people.
The evil white man.
And the 50-pound loaf of bread is going to fight him. Stop in the name of love. With a steak face.
23.9 million views in the first 3 days, making it the #1 most viewed English language film on Netflix. It was the 9th best debut for a movie that came out in 2023. It stayed in first place with 34 million views in its first week. After that, it slipped to second with 11 million. The next week, it dropped to 8. So everybody watched it the first 2 weeks, or the first week it came out, and then that was it. But just because 78 million people total watched it doesn't mean anything, because that doesn't equate to money.
Well, I spoke too soon. Here's the slow mo.
Yep, spoke too soon.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Yep. Let's have generic fight scenes like we have in every other action film. Let's have the John Wick style fight scenes because it worked in John Wick.
So, in your opinion, what would make this fight scene work better?
If they back the camera up so you can see what's going on, because it's too close. I don't know why every fight scene is done that way now. Stop with the slow motion. You're not John Woo. And why don't you make it more original instead of making it like every other fight scene in every other movie that comes out? Slow-mo. Slow-mo. Every movie that comes out now is anti-white, even if there's all white people in it like this.
Okay, you know how this would be improved for me? If this Anthony Hopkins character was the lead.
Yeah.
Not saying it'd be good, I said it would be an improvement. Just I like to see that, like this kind of story, but the robot is the good guy in the lead. I like to see that. He ran off because he ran off from the movie. Thank you, Dark Gold Dust. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Thanks for the request. Thanks for the video in return. Please accept this generous donate. Hey, thank you, man. That was a bad movie. That was a not depressed. It's Brendan Fraser's worst film, and he even said in an interview that's the film that made him rethink his career. He was in a porta potty. He's doing this movie with all these animals. He wasn't even on set for any real animals because they're all added after the fact. He's doing a scene where he's supposed to roll around in a porta potty and get all this stuff on him. He's like, I need to rethink my career. And hey, I haven't seen the movie, but he won an Oscar, and I'm glad. Just because he seems like a good dude. And I always liked him as an actor. So, but Free Vengeance is an awful film. But thank you, Darth Goldust. It's an awful fucking movie.
That's Judge Dredd's gun.
That's right. By the way, you never want to see that robot again till the last seconds of the movie. That figured. The one I was interested in, it knew it. The bastard. It knew it. That figures. That fucking figures. Anthony Hopkins? Nah.
What else is new?
Yes, Troll is better than this. I agree.
Absolutely.
I like it's got the glaive. Come on now. The Ride of the Fire Mares. I guess he really did run out of the movie. I made that as a joke. I say he ran out of the movie. Bro, that's really happened. Some bitch. Yes. 40 minutes, that much has happened. It's the most typical story that PM Entertainment films like Steel Frontier have more to it and more action.
Mm-hmm.
Check out Steel Frontier, folks.
I'd rather watch that.
That's a pretty good one.
Cool, Darth Goldust. Haunting music continues.
Yes, I do think Ghost of Mars is better than this. I don't hate that movie.
The horse is CG.
They can't afford a horse with all that money.
The horse said, fuck it. I'm out.
This is getting a sequel, a comic, and a spinoff.
Why?
Good for them.
Why?
One Man's Justice? Yes, it's better than this.
With the bars.
Someone asked, what's your favorite Brendan Fraser movies? Off tangent. Like, what Brendan Fraser films do you enjoy the most?
Encino Man. School Ties. Georgia the Jungle was fun. I like Georgia the Jungle. I like the first two Mummy movies. What was that other one? Shit. Can't remember the name of it. The one he did with Joe Pesci.
With Honors?
Yes, that was a good one too.
Ah, yes, Airheads. That is a fun one.
Yes,
too.
of course. How could you forget about Airheads?
Because it's out of print on Blu-ray and they haven't re-released it. That's why.
Nope. Trick question. Lemmy is God. And Lemmy has a cameo. I was the editor of the school newspaper.
Hi there, Kyle. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, how could I forget Airheads?
No, this isn't cool. I don't know what's cool about it. It's generic. That's the best word to describe this movie. Completely generic.
Oh. The Scout is generic good. That movie.
I haven't seen that one.
That's
Albert
good.
Brooks
I like
is in
that one. Brendan Fraser, Albert Brooks. Yep.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
That's a good one.
Cool.
I think that has a Blu-ray as well, but it's out of print. Good luck trying to find it. I don't know why anybody spared the opportunity to watch this movie, but sure.
Chaz, I dozed off after the first hour and never finished the movie. You didn't miss
Good
much.
for you.
Out for Justice is awesome. Agree.
Shit, I'd rather watch direct-to-video Steven Seagal movies than this because at least I could laugh.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Zack Snyder threw Geeks and Gamers under the bus, and he's also a liar. Because he lied. They lied about the whole Justice League, all that.
What was the lie?
Because they said that they let him go because his daughter died. That wasn't true. They had fired him before his daughter died. And they kept it quiet.
Oh, okay.
And then they said that they let him go because his daughter died to get sympathy.
So how did it get out that they fired him? Did someone just say it?
Yeah, someone came out and said that's not what happened.
Huh.
Because they had fired him during post-production, and then Joss Whedon took over to do the reshoots. But they kept it quiet, and then they said, oh, because his daughter died, we'd let him go. No, that's not true. They had fired him before his daughter had died. But they didn't tell anybody.
Well, I mean, if this was meant for Star Wars, no wonder he didn't get it. It'd be bad even for Star Wars.
Yeah, The Scout was another 20th Century Fox Anchor Bay Blu-ray that went out of print. Yep. That and Airheads, License to Drive, Dutch. There was a bunch of them that they put out, and they're all expensive now.
Oh my god, the slow-mo again. This absolutely now reminds me of Soldier, which was done better. The opening with all the montage of all the wars Caruso went through, but it looked better in that movie. The slow-mo is not needed in this. It's like, I put slow-mo in this just because I'm Zack Snyder, not because it serves the scene. That's really what this is about. It's not, I need this for the story, or it even looks cool. It's, I'm Zack Snyder, so people know I do that, so I'm just going to put it in and force it in like a square peg in a round hole.
Yep.
Call my asshole, which is we can stick it in there.
That flag is CGI, really? Was the snow and the slow motion shot added later? Yeah, because half of this is CGI.
Yep. We've lost the technology to do it for real. We can't have real flags.
They didn't lose it, they just don't care.
Yeah, I know, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
I mean, look at Willy's Wonderland. Willy's Wonderland cost $5 million and 99% of it's practical.
Exactly. When I win in November, I will add Fabio to my administration.
Woo! Well, I'll be in school. So.
We'll zoom it.
That's right. Jumpin' Jack Flash, the Star Chamber, Lucas. Oh, I have Lucas on Blu-ray. I didn't know that was out of print, but I need to get Star Chamber and Jumpin' Jack Flash. They were good. What do you mean make Matt great again? He was never not great.
Thank you.
Some of you weren't around in 2008. In the beginning. In the early days. making I'll never forget the movie theater rant video you did.
Oh,
that was awesome.
Yeah.
That and there was one you like fell. You were like sitting on your bed and you like slipped and fell or something, and you were like, "Yeah, that's what I get for being a dumbass."
That sounds like me.
It was funny. The hell's this shit?
Star Wars had cantinas, so we need a cantina.
So we got this, right?
Can we have our cantina scene? Here we go. She's even trying to have a robe like a Jedi.
I'll just go watch Star Wars.
Exactly.
I'll watch Coneheads.
Why the hell is that one guy like a chandelier on his back? I don't know what the hell he's on his back. Like candles.
We don't like your kind in here.
That guy looks like the guy in Men in Black that when he put the thing down, he had the Bolchinian thing.
He's a Bolchinian. Oh, nice. Yeah, more generic shit. That's like Roadhouse. That was like some Patrick Swayze shit. See, look, the Halloween mask got so excited it fell. Where'd it go?
So the guy that outweighs her, whatever. And her buddy's like a fucking pussy. Doesn't do anything but watches.
Ah! The hell is this?
Don't bother him. He's breeding. Spire's breeding him or whatever the hell he's doing. I see all the white stuff coming into him. You can't fool me, movie. Just load after load after load after
load.
Is the movie torture? Well, I mean, I'm with Fabio, so it makes it fun to hang out with him. It's just boring. So it was just a boring movie. And again, like this, even other people beat him to the punch. I liked Mandalorian season 1 and 2, and the Mandalorian season 1 did the same thing in the first episode in 5 minutes. A bar, kick their ass, cut someone in half. They already did it. Already beat you to it. So
the Candle
sorry,
Man.
Zach.
Slow motion.
Does it help that every blast was completely fake? Just
Yep.
this ugly. It's like a weird form of laser tag. Which I never tried. I always wanted to try laser tag. But...
Laser tag. I can't do laser
Did you ever
tag.
experience that?
Yeah, I can't do it anymore though, because I'll start like kidnapping people, and I'll make it like I was in the army or something. I'll take prisoners and.
When did you first do laser tag?
Well, when I was a kid, my cousin had these. I don't remember who made them, but it was like these little like guns that we had, and you had like a chest protect. I think we have it somewhere, but we used to do that before there were laser tag places.
Hmm.
And then I've gone to a couple of those, which is cool. But I haven't gone in forever.
Okay.
But I'll fuck it up. Like I'll get in trouble. I'll take it serious. I'll start kidnapping people and everything.
Thank you, frame by frame. Do you think the slow-mo takes from the momentum of the scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not needed. And yeah, you say that for any movie with slow-mo, but when you have boring characters, lackluster story, and then the impacts of the guns, they look so phony and fake, so it takes you out of the movie. And it's just extended time.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing satisfying or fun about it. And I don't see what the hell would be R-rated about this movie. I really don't. You see the blast, you see the hits. I mean, what the hell would be R-rated?
That's Charlie Hunnam, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
And so I don't know what the hell would be R-rated in this.
The laser tag, y'all went old school. Yeah. But I remember, like, when I was a kid, there wasn't really any laser tag places. That's like a more recent thing. I remember there was one, I think, when I was a kid in Ocean City, Maryland, that I always wanted to go to, but I never did.
Yeah, the laser tag Starship Troopers. There you go. Which that involves CG, but that involves a lot more. Like Paul Verhoeven knew how to establish those scenes in a much more, how do I put it, intense, impactful way.
And there's a lot of practical in that movie too.
And that's a movie that's R-rated. Like that's a movie you.
Yeah, they're doing At Monster Mania, they're doing a Starship Troopers thing because Michael Ironside's going to be there. Casper Van Dien's going to be there. They just announced Dina Meyer's going to be there. So I'm going to try to meet her, ask her about ICU.
Oh, nice. Wonder Paul Verhoeven.
Nah.
No. Oh, okay.
But Sam Raimi will be there. But he's not. You have to pay to take pic. You have to do the professional photo op because there's going to be a million people there. I'm not doing all that.
Right. Thank you, Bobby. Laser tag is fun. Play that when I was at school on a field trip. I play laser tag. Yeah, I've never played laser tag, so yeah.
You did laser tag for a field trip? That's badass.
Yeah, I wish I had those field trips.
Me too.
Sadly, I never participated in laser tag, so I would gladly. Sure, Bobby, I'd gladly do that. Fabio would win, but I would just have fun being part of it.
I'm telling you, I'm going full Rambo. I'm drawing first blood and everything. I'm taking prisoners.
I'll just ask Just save me for last, just to give me a few more minutes of
That's right.
time.
I'm gonna be like in
I won't
Punisher
shoot you.
Warzone when he's hanging from the chandelier shooting people. That's what I'm gonna do. And Dina Meyer's still a fox. What are you talking about? She's still good looking. No, Denise Richards is not going to be there. If she was, I would not want to meet her. She's too busy on OnlyFans or something.
Hmm. But she does that now?
Yeah, which is weird. But she got a lot of plastic surgery because she does not look like she used to.
Hmm.
Oh, I can ask Dina Meyer about Johnny Mnemonic and bats. You could ask her about being one of the worst Bond girls. True.
Yeah, Denise Richards, yeah.
Can ask Dina Meyer about Birds of Prey because she played Batgirl.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Still have yet to see that show.
Unfortunately, she
Was
was in
that a
Star
good one?
Trek Nemesis.
Was that a good show, Birds of Prey?
From what I remember, it was pretty decent.
Hmm.
Dragonheart. I
Favorite
can ask.
field trip experience? Hmm. Well, I mean, the few I remember is I guess they kind of. I'm not. I won't say any of them were favorites. It was just fun to be out of school. But then we went to the movies, see Mothman Prophecies, but then everyone kept talking throughout, so I couldn't enjoy it.
Even 20 years ago, people had that problem.
And then skating, but I didn't know how to skate. But it was fun to try the roller skating. Did you have a favorite field trip experience?
A couple. When I was in high school, we went to like this foundation that like works with the ocean. So we like got to go out on a boat. I got to drive a boat. That was pretty cool. And then
Nice.
we went canoeing, which was fun. But it was in like April. It was like March or April, and it was ungodly cold, and it was raining the entire time. But it was still cool.
Mm.
Because I remember like everybody brought like a change of clothes and stuff because it was nasty out. But it
Mm.
was still cool. It was a fun trip.
Cool.
And then we went to the Baltimore Aquarium a couple times. But one time my dad was a chaperone, so we like left early and we went and like hung out in the city. It's like I'm with my dad. They're not going to tell me no. So like we were done at the aquarium, and he's like, "Yeah, we're not going back with the rest of the class. Like we're gonna go do our own thing." I was like, "Cool."
Silverwings. I went to the movies as a field trip once. We saw October Sky. I think the principal owned the movie theater. That's interesting. A
Cool.
principal owning a movie theater.
Another one that was really cool. We went to. It's called the Whitaker Center, which is in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It's like a science center. That's always really cool to do. And they have an IMAX theater, so we would always see like an IMAX movie. We saw. Um, there was one about Lewis and Clark that was really good that we saw. Oh
Hmm.
no, that was a different. Okay, no, that was a different one. That was with the Boy Scouts. No, it was. It was not. That was a, okay. I went there twice. One in school and one when I was in the Boy Scout. I'm mixing them up. But when I went in school, we went to see the Lewis and Clark documentary, which was really good. It was loud. That shit was loud in the IMAX.
No, friend, this isn't cool because all it did was rip off They rip off the scene in Avatar where the guy grabs the creature, is taming it, or hell, How to Train Your Dragon, How to Train Your Black Canary, whatever the fuck, Crow, whatever the hell it is.
And it's all CG.
I mean, there's plenty of movies that have done this where I don't like Avatar, but it did do that before this, where he's training the thing and great orgasms. I was gonna fall asleep on him. Yeah, read Jason Mamma Mia.
And then another one, we went there and we saw the play, The Diary of Anne Frank. And after the play, they had a Holocaust survivor come out and talk about her experiences. That was pretty interesting.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I was the only person. That went up and talked to her at the end and shook her hand and you know, I said, I'm sorry that you had to go through that, but thank you for telling your story because those stories need to be told. I was the only person that did that. Yep. I agree.
Do you remember what she said?
I mean, she was a kid when it happened, but she just explained everything that went on. And
I mean, when you shook her hand, did she say anything?
Oh well, she just thanked me. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. No, she just thanked me, and she's like, I appreciate that. And she goes, yeah, we need to tell these stories so it doesn't happen again. I'm like, exactly. And there was a girl. Actually, I'm sorry. There was a girl that came up. It was a black girl, and she was like talking to her about like, racism and stuff. And she's like, well, I went through it, obviously. She goes, but it doesn't, I can't get mad about what happened. I had no control over it, and I don't worry about people like that because they're the ones with the problem, not me. And there you go. Boom. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Denise Richards was never a good actress to begin with. I think it's still here on YouTube. I have it somewhere behind me. But she auditioned for Halloween 6, and after she walks out of the room, whoever's doing the audition says, yeah, she can't act.
Did he say that during the audition?
He said it after she left the room.
But that was caught on film?
Yep, I have it. I got it right back here. I have all the audition footage for that movie. And it might still be here on YouTube, but after she walks out of the room, I guess it's the producer or whatever, and they're like, yeah, she can't act. It's on film. I have it on film. My God, we still have another hour of this movie.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a field trip, but when I was in preschool, a cop came, and it was like career day or whatever, and he explained his job, and he goes, all right, who wants to get in the cop car? I'm like, me! And he put me in the back, and I didn't know that you can't open it from the inside. So he closed the door, and then he turned the sirens on, and I'm freaking out because I can't get out of the car. I got excited. I thought we were going somewhere.
Yeah, RK, you're right. I would have fallen asleep without Fabio. I agree.
More CG. More CG.
That again has really not much depth of perception. And movies, I mean, a lot of movies today look too clean. I know that doesn't make sense, but they just look too clean.
It's because everything's shot in 4K.
Yeah. Which just makes it not as appealing as some people make it out to be.
I don't know how many times I have to say this, but film grain is natural. It's supposed to be there. That's the point. I know James Cameron can't understand that.
Neither can Zack Snyder.
Yeah. That's because, everything's shot on digital.
Well, thank you, Bobby. I appreciate the questions. What if I did a let's play where you're not playing, you're just watching someone playing, you're acting? I wouldn't know how to do it. I'm not that good of an actor. I just
That's
rather
Angry
play the
Video
game.
Game Nerd.
Yeah, James Rolfe, because yeah, for those who don't know, a lot of those games, Mike Matei plays them, and then James kind of just acts like he's playing it. I'm not that good of an actor. I rather just. And where's the fun of that? Just play it.
Exactly. Even if the game
Fun
sucks,
is
it's
play. Yeah, like the Crow. City of Angels game sucks. It was kind of fun
Jesus.
to play.
Oh God.
And what if I did a movie review and let's play crossover where you do Alien 3 rant while. Well, yeah, I mean, if someone wants to send requests, I'll play Alien 3. The game is better than the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much all the games are better than the movie. So, yeah, if someone wants to send a request, I'll play the Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo one, and they're both better than the movie. I'll rant on it, the movie. But the games are fun. I know Silver Wings, he played the Genesis one, which had this glitch where he jumped and then Ripley just got stuck in the air and then had to redo the whole game. It was like near the end of the game and just some glitch. And he plays it on the actual hardware and the thing glitched. And it's like Ripley was dying, but like she fell, she just stuck. He couldn't do anything. They said play the whole damn game again.
I was playing Fatal Fury the other night on Sega Genesis, and it just crashed. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't do anything. The game just crashed, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm not playing this one anymore.
So when it crashed, did it just kind of do a flip and it was back to the main menu, or it just
No, I was like
froze?
in the middle of punching someone, and then it just like froze, and then it just went like. Argh! I'm like, all right, well, I guess game over.
Yeah, servers. That's what happens when you do it live. Exactly.
Right.
But hey, those are great moments to be caught.
Live and in living color.
Finally, Matt, I have a question. It can be argued. A lot of art is derivative of other stuff, but what separates a ripoff from something inspired by something else? Put a new spin or a new. I mean, it's weird to say vision, but a new. There's a lot of stuff is old, but you can always put either new spins or new, or be competent at it, or just have good characters, good actors, good. I mean, do it well, or there's always spins you could put on stuff. It just.
If you take it seriously and you make it your own, and you pay respect to what you're trying to accomplish, there you go. That helps.
Like the first John Wick, we've seen many movies where someone's loved one dies, they get revenge. Okay, put a spin on it. It's a puppy. Why is it a puppy? Because what happened to his wife? Who is the guy? He just happens to be this guy that has this history. What's the history? We built up the history of this universe with the gold coins and David Patrick Kelly and his neighbor, not neighbor, but his buddy, the cop, and that whole fun scene. Worked it today? And you put those spins on it. You create interesting supporting characters, and you create. Okay, what has not been done a while in action? Well, make it so that we do it all in one take, or maybe not on one take, but as much as you can, and not cut it as much as the Bourne Identity films. So now you took something that might be deemed generic, but you added a lot more your spin, thus became a successful franchise. This to me doesn't do it because what is I would ask someone who likes the film, name 3 things interesting about any of these characters. Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, that's not lightsabers.
Oh man, lightsaber.
They're literal lightsabers.
And spider people.
Well, even Darth Maul, when he had his weapon, okay, he's got lightsabers, but he got the dual wheel. Even that was unique. and that Phantom Menace. Like this is literally just lightsabers.
And slow motion.
Frame by frame, we're 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 47 seconds.
Unfortunately.
This Spirally, wasn't there a Spirally in Crawl?
I think.
That's what I was thinking. So Magic Crawl is. I thought there was a Spirally in Crawl as well. You're not Karai. I want to be Karai here. You know what this is? It's like an overlong pilot for a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Here's all the characters we're meeting to get ready for the show. And I haven't seen this in decades, but I know you've seen Space Rangers. You'd watch that.
Right there. Other way.
Ah, nice.
I think that's what a lot of stuff is now today. It's just an overlong pilot.
Matt, yeah, she is a ripoff of Karai. Yeah, I figured. Don't step on our dreams. What dreams? Just nightmares here. Boring nightmares.
Look at that dog.
Surprised the dog wasn't CGI. At least I don't think it was.
No.
That dog wasn't CG. I'm surprised. That's what I'm saying. There's no reason why this is slow motion. No reason. See, even the bird was bored to death.
The bird committed suicide.
Suicide. It's a suicide. I don't know why I always think of that song Ricochet. Suicide. It's a suicide.
Suicide's badass.
Don't worry, RT. I'm not falling asleep. And no, nothing about this has shown Zack Snyder's gotten better as a storyteller.
No.
It's like the same issues with Sucker Punch.
I don't know how many times I gotta say it. He sucks as a director. He is an awful director.
But thank you, Bobby. Give it. Do an Alien 3 rant while playing Dark. I'll rant about Alien 3 any day. I don't care what game I'm playing. I'll still rant about Alien 3.
Fuck
I'll be a
Alien
fan.
3.
Alien 3 sucks.
Fuck
Alien
3
can suck. Yeah, Alien can suck anything.
The only good thing about that movie is that Michael Biehn got paid because they used his face without permission.
Paid more than the whole Aliens.
I should have asked him about that when I met.
Jesus.
I won't even have to take any NyQuil tonight.
No. Yeah, Godzilla, I heard about that game. That game looks like trash. And the fact that the Justice League, Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, I did not know that was part of the Arkham game universe. The fact that's BS. And then they kill him, Batman off. So you just tee off all those people that like those games, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City. You make every one of them mad, and for what? You didn't gain anything from it. And then that's the last time Kevin Conroy does Batman is in a game where he dies. Thanks. Ridiculous.
Freddy, 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 Freddy.
Oh, there's Jamon Unsu.
Digimon. I thought that. I swear to God, I thought that's how you said his name. From Deep Rising.
Ah, yes. And Constantine.
Yes.
Oh, it's not Kevin Conroy's last performance? Well, that's good then.
I thought it was that. What's that shitty? Is it Gotham Knights? Wasn't that the one that just came out not that long ago, or am I thinking of something else?
Yeah, I think you're right, Gotham Knights.
I heard that game wasn't good.
I'll take their word for it.
I was right. Okay. Thought so. Yeah, I heard a lot of those newer DC games aren't that good.
Hmm.
An offer you can't refuse. Don Corleone. I'm honored and grateful. Is he going to be in Gladiator too? Because that, that needs a sequel.
Yeah, apparently he is. With Denzel Washington.
Because of all the movies that need a sequel, Gladiator needed one.
Yeah, it's very strange.
The CG for these ships was awful.
Yeah.
Babylon 5 had better effects. Is Sven Thorson coming back for Gladiator 2? Here he is, Bulk Up boy. Oh, shit.
And sorry, folks, I'm not saying anything. At the end, it's just such a generic, run-of-the-mill movie that you can't say the visuals are impressive. So it's not even eye candy. It's just literally a glorified pilot to a show I would not watch.
What the fuck did I? So he put him in this chair, and then he hooked up this gun to this chair to stab him in the back of the head. Okay, that makes sense.
Overcomplicate something simple, I guess. Oh my god, that's awful. What the hell? Those buildings, they look like the unfinished effects in A Sound of Thunder.
$166 million, huh? Yep, A Sound
Probably
of
call
Thunder.
shenanigans on that.
A Sound of Thunder. Looks like the unfinished effects in Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Right, one of the Gungans.
Misa Jar Jar Binks. Now she knows another language, apparently.
Of course, she's perfect. It's like Ray Skywalker. She knows everything.
Right. There you go, Jesse. Is that Hollywood accounting? I still cannot get over the fact that apparently Die Hard has not made any money.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
That's that Halloween. Halloween. That's that Hollywood accounting.
Did they give an explanation as to how that's possible?
So Steven D'Souza, the writer, he said that basically their justification is like they take out a loan to make the movie. Basically, you know, the loan is for X amount of money, and then you have to pay the interest and this and that, and then half of it goes to the theaters. And so he broke it down, but it still doesn't make any sense because Die Hard made, you know, at this point, I'm sure Die Hard has made, you know, close to $1 billion in residuals and everything else. So
you would think, yeah.
But it's never made any money. Just like Stallone sued Warner Brothers because he never got paid residuals for Demolition Man. Is that Zoe Kravitz? I don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't see her name in the credits.
No. We can pay you with corn and grain.
I was there at the Demolition. We'd pay you with Taco Bell.
That's right.
Maybe they tried to pay Stallone with Taco Bell.
Probably. Just like they tried to pay Bolo Young with diamonds, which is why he wasn't in Tiger Claws 2. What about the merchandising rights where the real money to the movie is made? Well, Fox would have owned all that. No, I mean maybe Bruce Willis got a cut of it, but that would be it for a movie like Die Hard. If anybody got a piece of it, it was either Bruce Willis or the director. But I don't know about the first Die Hard. But the fact that Bruce Willis got $5 million for that first Die Hard pissed a lot of people off. Richard Dreyfuss fired his agent when he found out because he said, "I'm an Academy Award winner and I don't even get $5 million a movie." But yeah, that pissed a lot of people off when that came out.
Well, I'm sure. So the movie's about farm politics, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Jaws.
Yep. I'm an Academy Award winner, and I don't even get $5 million a movie. You're fired.
Joe, it's funny you mention that because that's what this reminds me of. The remake of Total Recall, just without the lens flares. Just in terms of just how generically boring it is. Just add about 80 lens flares, and then you'd have it.
Of all the movies to remake, they picked Total Recall. They picked Conan the Barbarian. They did that secret sequel to Eraser that nobody watched.
No one saw. You didn't hear a peep when that came out.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, Die Hard only cost like $15 million to make, and then they saved money because they own the Nakatomi Tower was the Fox building. They own that building, so it's not like they had to pay to use that. And then most of the interiors were either shot there or shot on a soundstage. So it's a lie. And again, it's at Hollywood accounting.
Yes, there was a sequel to Eraser, of course, with Bill Arnold. It was Eraser
Reborn or something. Yeah. And they shot it in secret.
Yep, Eraser Reborn 2022. About some other U.S. Marshal.
And they did that video game for Eraser.
I didn't know there was a game.
For PC, there was a PC game for Eraser.
Back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
I have to look that up. I didn't know.
I think it's here on YouTube, yeah.
Okay, I definitely will look that up.
Yeah, it was called Eraser Turnabout.
In secret, is that a good marketing idea? Exactly.
Apparently not if nobody watched it.
It's like when Universal did all those sequels like Backdraft 2 and Bulletproof 2 and all those movies for some reason.
Yeah, let's make Bulletproof 2 without Adam Sandler and Damon Wayans. And then we'll make like the first movie wasn't real, like it was just like a movie.
That was based on these two guys' lives, and these are the actual two guys. Yep, there was a Total Recall game for Nintendo. I remember that.
And then we'll do a Backdraft sequel, and we'll bring William Baldwin back, but we'll kill him off.
Yep.
And then we'll do a remake of Sudden Death and call it Welcome to Sudden Death. And it'll be a comedy.
With Michael Jai White.
Yep.
Well, Mr. D-Man, pretty much this entire movie has been exposition. It's like, let's do a 2-hour exposition movie to maybe do a sequel that just actually tells a story, but probably not. What the hell could anyone get out of this fucking movie?
They're gonna kill the Gungans.
Right. Shoot him in the head be the actual Squid Game.
I mean, they kind of filmed the Crow remake in secret, but not really because they knew who was in it and such.
Oh, I understand the film is a boring waste of space that rips off everything and does it poorly. It's an over bloated pilot to a TV show with cheap ass effects. Rich, yeah, it's a fantastic movie. You need to go see his stat. Hey, Michael Escobar. This movie sucks the. What, I don't know what that is. Chorizo?
Yeah.
I don't know what that. What is that?
It's a Mexican dish.
Ah, never had it. Be better than this.
I will never get why James Cameron was okay with killing off John Connor because they paid him to say that Terminator Dark Fate was the best Terminator movie ever. And then he said it wasn't because the NDA expired.
Well, again, Rich, you're a writer. If you ever saw this film, you would understand just how generically by the numbers this is. Farm girl, Gestapo bad guys, picking up people one by one, a 2-hour exposition filled pilot for might as well be a pilot for a TV show no one would watch. And just complete and utter cheap effects, lackluster characters, lackluster
Nazis.
Action.
Nazi villains.
Yeah. Yep. And there's the Guinans, wherever the hell they are with the hats. Nice hats.
With the Nazi haircut.
They ripped off, they stole M. Bison's uniforms.
I'm sure Raul Julia's pissed.
Why you have to steal Bison's hats and uniforms, man? Street Fighter's better than this movie, I agree. I agree with myself. No one said in the chat. I agree with my mind. My mind said it before my
I would rather watch that.
Yes. No problem, Derek. Do I have the original Star Wars? Yeah, somewhere burnt. But I want to pick up a better copy because the ones I have are scratched up.
I have the despecialized Blu-rays somewhere in here, but I have them officially as well. I have the VHS set. They call it the Faces set. I have that one, and I have those on Laserdisc, and then I have the definitive collection on Laserdisc because that has features that never made it anywhere else.
Black's Warrior, you described pretty much every other Star Wars ripoff movie in the past 30, 40 years. So, Conan films, I would like to one day. I'm not in a rush.
Yeah, I definitely want to get that set.
It's a cool looking set.
Not right this second, but yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah, eventually I would like to. They're good movies, and nice to have the original version of Conan the Barbarian. Now it's been a long time.
Yep.
Can't remember the last time.
Since it was only that stupid extended cut, which didn't do anything for the movie.
Yeah. Silver Wings 21, that's the $64,000 question. Why Disney has not released the despecialized versions?
Because they're stupid.
It has to be some kind of weird contract. Probably with George Lucas. I would not be surprised. Like, he sold it, but something in there was probably like, my versions need to be the sole release. There has to be something in the contract, because the way Disney just builds everything, that would be a no-brainer, and they would get a lot of money. So the fact they don't do that, there has to be some kind of contract. Probably George Lucas. I would not be surprised. Would not be surprised.
Yeah, probably. When he sold it, he probably had something in his deal where he said, "No, if this is what you want, this is what you got to get."
This is what you want. This is what you get. This is what you
Right.
want. This is what you get.
What does everybody want? What does everybody need?
Black Ops Warrior, you can like whatever movie you want. We just disagree. Snyder's a tryhard Spielberg. I mean, I don't see anything Spielberg about it, but I get what you mean.
Is somebody getting upset?
Yeah. I mean, we all don't have to like the same movies.
Does somebody need a nap?
That was a scorpion robot thing.
And it's all CG. Yeah, wasn't that the chick that killed the spider? Now she's dead. That was pointless.
I said Black Ops Warrior, that's fine. We're now going to like the same thing. It's fine. It's not against the law.
So the guy from Sons of Anarchy betrayed them?
Yep, Charlie Hunnam.
The guy from Pacific Rim?
Yep. I'll say sincerely why I don't like it. It's a very generic, boring movie with lackluster, one-dimensional characters. Every beat of the story you have seen in countless Star Wars ripoffs, let alone Star Wars itself. The effects don't hold up to the budget. I've seen The Fifth Element in 1997 looks 5 times better than this. Cheap effects, lackluster action, one-dimensional characters, no memorable dialogue, poor pacing. All it is exposition, introduce a character, exposition, introduce a character for the past hour and 40 minutes. It's all some build-up, glorified pilot for whatever this part 2 will be. To me, that's not the makings of a good movie. There's no good story. Everything, whether it be the taming of the animal, which what was the point of that? Because we don't see that animal again, the big crow, unless they save it for the sequel. I'm not talking about the crow with Brandon Lee. I'm talking about this crow, whatever the hell it was, which was ripping off Avatar and various other films. Everything about this is completely generic.
You ain't going to see the robot till the very end, apparently.
Yeah, the robot that was in The Mandalorian, like literally, the look of him looks exactly like him, and because I have it right over here, that show. And he disappears, and like you said, and someone said, he disappears and he doesn't show up till I guess the last 10 seconds because it'll be in the sequel. So if that's the case, you might as well just skip this and watch the sequel if that's the case. I'm sure the second one will be like a 10-minute recap of this, so there's no point in watching this.
And these days, you gotta have a sequel, baby. I agree with everything Matt said. It's just a generic movie. Zack Snyder couldn't do Star Wars, so he's like, you know what? I'm going to make my own Star Wars. It's going to be cool. No, it's not.
Like Jamon Unseal, what has he done in this movie other than be caught? He hasn't done anything.
Nothing.
Most of these people haven't done much of anything.
He was drinking in the alley and he wanted to die because he has survivor's guilt because all of his people got killed, and then that was the only thing that he did, and now he's caught.
And the completely obvious, blatant Gestapo bad guys. There's no subtlety. It just, I didn't. He stole him Bison's outfit. Give it back.
The only thing that's missing. Yes, the only thing that's missing is him saying, "For me, it was just Tuesday."
It's just Tuesday.
Right. Where's Van Damme? Is Van Damme going to come in and start kicking people? That would make the movie more interesting. No. There's still a half an hour of this fucking movie.
Yep. Right. Right.
Zack Snyder thinks he's this great, big, prestigious director. He's not. He sucks.
Like you said, that gun's pretty much they took the gun from Dredd.
It's like the lawgiver from Judge Dredd. If I was Stallone, I'd sue him. Hey, yo, you can't be taking my gun, man. What's wrong with you? I'm not going to remember this movie tomorrow.
No, me neither. Me neither.
I'm not going to remember a single thing about this movie.
Well, what would there be to remember? That would be the question.
Nothing.
You know, what am I supposed to remember?
Exactly. Why? Why should I remember?
Even the guy who's a turncoat, they just... Speaking of Star Wars, they did that in that crappy one with Benicio del Toro was the same guy. What was it? Last Jedi?
Yeah.
He was like the smuggler guy, but then you find out he's working with the bad guys. This guy's like Benicio del Toro in that crappy Last Jedi movie. That's all he is. I mean... Crying out loud. Premonition, they all suck. I don't know which is worse. They all suck. Yeah, that nail gun weird thing. Where the hell?
What is this, Nail Gun Massacre? Rather watch that. I mean, that movie's awful, but... Oh, wow. We didn't see that coming. They spent $166 million on these movies. You can make 166 movies for that amount, and they would still be better than this.
Yeah.
It's all CG. That's all CG. Okay, she's not dead. Sorry. Oh, wow. We haven't seen that before.
Again, the lightsabers. Yeah, speaking of Star Wars. You had the wannabe Benicio del Toro character in The Last Jedi. You got the lightsabers from Star Wars. You got the wannabe Gestapos, wannabe stormtroopers, whatever the hell.
All right, all the pilots are going to go to their spaceships, and we're going to have them flying around and shooting stuff now.
Even with some of these ladies, like the eyes, they're trying to make it look like the Mad Max Fury Road with the makeup on the eyes.
Yeah, because that was such a great movie.
I'll say that I'd rather watch that than this movie. I have issues with that movie, though.
That's the greatest action movie ever made, apparently.
Yeah, I don't feel that. I wish Mel Gibson was in it. I do.
There's only one Mad Max, Mel Gibson.
Yeah. Sure, down one more chance. That would have been nice to see.
No, they're dead. I got rid of Netflix years ago, and this is an example why. There you go.
You made the right choice. I don't have Netflix. I'm watching this by other means. You guys can figure that out. Yeah, I don't subscribe to Netflix.
Fobflix.
Once in a blue moon, there's a decent movie. I liked the Jamie Foxx vampire one.
Yeah, that was good. Daybreak. I like that.
Despite how dumb he became, I did like Bright with Will Smith, despite who he became.
Yes.
But I did like the movie.
I don't know why that movie gets so much shit. It doesn't deserve it.
No, I never understood it either. I thought it was fun.
Yes, Hell Comes to Frogtown is better because at least Roddy Piper's in it.
Exactly. Roddy Piper, man. For the win.
The Maniac.
That's a guy that could create personality into a character. And that's what you need. If you don't have the writing, then you need actors to create some kind of personality to carry it through. And this has neither.
He didn't need writing. He didn't need a script.
Right.
He was the script.
Exactly. Yeah, goodbye, Lenny Kravitz.
Just like when I met him and I asked, so how much of They Live was improvised? He goes, well, actually, a lot of it was. I said, what about when your head fell in the cheese? He goes, nope, that was in the script. I'm like, damn it. He goes, yeah, that one was in there. He goes, I don't know why I said, what was the year? 1946. He goes, that part I improvised, but the rest of it was in the script. He goes, I don't know why I said 1946, but I did. He said, but of course, the famous line was not in the script.
Mm. I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Yep.
And a lot of bubblegum.
That was improvised because he would write his ideas down for promos and stuff, and he showed it to John Carpenter, and he said, use it. There you go. 30-some years later. I'm so pissed off with myself. I should have went and saw that when they put it back in the theater last year.
Mm.
My bad. I get over it. That's right. Just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions. And I'll never forget, he was so impressed that I brought a VHS copy of They Live for him to sign. It's all CG.
Yeah, there's no really amount of intrigue or excitement because it looks like a typical Marvel ending.
Like every other
CGI
movie.
explosion. Yeah. CGI destruction, buildings falling down in slowness with CGI debris, CG fire, disappearing to CGI land. It all looks blending together, all these movies. These type of movies.
Mm-hmm.
See, back in the day when you saw films like Cliffhanger, you would marvel at the spectacle. Like, wow, they made it look like a helicopter landed on the side of a cliff. And then there's a fist fight, Sudden death. Wow, there's an actual helicopter, like the model work or whatever, going into the hockey stadium.
That was a model.
Yeah, the model. And But we can't use models anymore.
Because I have the electronic press kit. They show how they did that. It was a model that they had on like a rail, and they just moved it up and down.
Oh, nice.
Yep. But it was all real. People built it.
Yeah.
It's a lot more believable than this shit. People try to argue with me all the time about, well, CG is realistic. I'm like, are you sure about that?
Definitely not in this movie. No.
What's more realistic, a CG Godzilla or a guy in a suit?
Guy in a suit.
But you could see the zipper. I don't give a shit. That's what makes it more fun. Yep, looks like a bad video game.
I don't know why. It looks like one of those things Bernie would hit and we get a Bernie. It was going through the water.
Yes.
Bernie. Bernie. I don't buy this girl fighting anybody.
Yeah, Fredminator. They re-released They Live and Christine last year. I went and saw Christine. Me and my brother went to go see that. But I didn't get to see They Live, unfortunately. I'm hoping they re-release Terminator this year because it's the 40th. I would love to see that in the theater.
Oh, nice.
No, it's not perfect. Knocked out his Nazi teeth.
Zero out of 10.
Negative 86 out of 10. Haunting violin music playing. Distant explosion.
Frame by frame, I don't know. I mean, there's so many films on the list. I don't know. I probably wouldn't remember it if that's his put on the list.
His teeth were probably CG. Probably.
In reality, his teeth are CG too, probably. Fake dentures. Wanna be Furiosa?
Who was this chick? I don't remember her.
Did Jamon Hansu even do anything?
No, he just disappeared from the movie.
Where the hell did he go?
He went back to catering.
Why we build up that character like just to disappear and
he's in catering. He's getting a sandwich.
That's like a lot of things. It's like, why did we have the scene with this guy controlling a bird when that nowhere into play?
Okay, no, he lived because there he is.
What did he drink?
But he didn't do anything. He just
he was getting a drink. He was getting drunk.
Yeah, he went to catering to get a beer. Makes sense. Can you get beer in catering or no?
I don't know. If Rich was still in here, I would ask him. The wannabe pariah, I don't think did she even do anything?
No.
I can't remember.
She was in the thing and she got out and she killed the guy with the lightsaber and then that was it.
Oh yeah, the lightsabers.
And then Jimon Hunsen, you didn't see anything. What the fuck? Did they even kill the guy from Pacific Rim? Or did he get away?
I think the guy, the wannabe Han Solo, whatever. I think with the nail gun.
Oh yeah,
the chin.
That's right. See, I already forgot.
Because it went by so quick, there was no time to dwell on it.
See, it was that memorable that I already forgot. It happened 10 minutes ago. Oh my god, it's not over yet.
Here's the thing, though. You can't do this today. Blade Runner 2049, however people feel that way, that's a good-looking movie.
Absolutely.
So you can do it, as just most people don't.
And a lot of that was practical in that movie.
Yeah, I saw in the theater. It was gorgeous to look at. I know it was long. It was too long, but it was gorgeous to look at. This movie wishes it was that.
The heads on the horses are definitely CG. The rest of it might be practical, but yeah, whatever is on their head, that's definitely CG. He's still drinking.
The eyes.
The original Blade Runner does not have CG because CG did not exist in 1982. Unless you watch the final cut but I don't like that version.
Mm.
I didn't like that version. It changed too much.
She always looks so damn sleepy.
Like me.
Yeah. How's there 17 minutes left of the movie?
This wheat field is CG? What the fuck?
Oh, there's the robot. What is it, 17 minutes of credits?
Apparently. That's all CG. Why?
Yeah, where the antelope play for his horns. On.
The antelope play with Anthony Hopkins.
What, this guy ain't dead yet? Of course.
What is he, a super
such a
Nazi?
great... I'm still watching. I'm just letting my ears rest. Oh my god. I don't see Darth Vader.
All right, they're going to bring him back from the dead. He's going to be like Frankenstein.
Yes, Godzilla, the movie is still going.
Unfortunately.
And going and going and going.
So he was a robot the entire time?
This robot. Ash is a goddamn robot.
It must have been an older model. They were always a little twitchy.
He didn't like the cornbread either. Like, even those lights you could do practically. Like, even people like around Christmas time or whatever have lights like this you could do.
Just lazy.
To make this seem believable a little bit more.
Just lazy.
Right. Right, he's gonna be a baby again. Whatever.
Reverse engineering. Great.
Just stop, movie.
Didn't improve his haircut.
At least do that. Oh, God.
Another dude with a pimp cane. Pimp canes. Everybody getting a pimp cane in this movie.
You want Abe Lincoln?
7 years ago.
40 dudes.
Keep your pimp hand strong. Where's Huggy Bear?
Yeah, that's true, Jesse. I'm gonna need a lot more of this to get the taste out of my mouth.
That's right.
Because this is almost empty. It is empty.
Do they make the other flavors of the Mellow Yellow in the cans or no?
I haven't seen them around, and
okay.
Around here they only have this one. For me, the only times I've seen those is at a fast food place.
Yeah, it's the drink machine. I didn't know if they had them in the cans or the bottles. It depends, I guess. Because like Pepsi, you can only get the cherry vanilla Pepsi in the bottles, but not all the stores have them.
Hmm. Yeah, if they have those in cans, they definitely don't sell them around here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, for years, this didn't have Mellow Yellow at all. Once in a while, I had to buy them off Amazon. They just, past couple months, brought them back, thankfully.
Like Mountain Dew Code Red, there was a shortage on that for a while. You couldn't find it.
Exactly. And then they brought some of that back.
Yeah.
And part one.
Oh, thank God. Like, what the...
Thank God, or...
Is there anything at the end? No. Thank God.
Good.
Thank God.
Go ahead, Fabio. Your final thoughts.
I was bored.
Like, what do you think Sinso was Zack Snyder did wrong? I mean, I know, and you know, but like script wise,
It was a bad script. Like, it was just generic as shit. There wasn't anything that separated it from anything else. Again, he got mad because he wasn't able to do a Star Wars movie. So he made his own. So he took everything that he liked about Star Wars. He took everything that he liked about other sci-fi movies and put them in his own. And said, here. And he put it all in the blender and hit plie or flie or whatever A, and here we are. It's just, it was a generic, boring, unoriginal, uninspired movie that's just, hey, look at me. I have this deal with Netflix, and I'm going to make a movie and a comic and a fucking cartoon and this and that. Nobody cares. It was not visually impressive because everything was CG. I'm sorry, you know, I don't know how many times I have to say this, but CG is not that impressive to me, especially now, because we're in the year 2024 and CG has not gotten any better. I can give movies like Mortal Kombat and Deep Rising and the first couple X-Men movies a pass because CG was still brand new and they didn't really know what they were doing. They were just winging it at the time. But there's no excuse why a movie that comes out now looks like a movie that came out in 1997 in terms of the CG.
yeah. I mean,
the leading lady, I guess you can call her that. She is bland. She can't act.
let's find your reviews. You just missed it. Maybe thankfully.
Lucky you.
It was not a time waster. It was a waste of time.
I agree.
The dialogue's not memorable at all. I dare anyone to remember one line from it and say it without looking it up. Like Fabio said, I mean, it was completely generic from beginning to end. Every piece of it was ripped off, stolen, or just completely unoriginal, not exciting. Whether it be the farm girl, just like Luke Skywalker was the farm boy, and we gotta go save people, rise against the bad guys. That was a blatant allegory for Gestapo, Germany, Nazis, Hitler, whatever. And Bison. Whether it be the Cancina scene from Star Wars they took, whether it be the taming the animal like an Avatar and a variety of other movies, whether it be just introducing a character, they reintroduce a character, they reintroduce a character, and most of these characters don't do anything. Again, it is a 2-hour, 15-minute pilot for a show that I would never watch, with few action scenes, and even those few action scenes, it's overdone CGI. There's no intensity. There's not much choreography, and it's boring as hell. Everything about this, there's no sense of creativity, and there's no sense of ingenuity. And it's just completely shallow, wannabe entertainment. It's not entertaining. It's shallow as hell. There's no depth. There's no one-dimensional characters. It's shallow. It's boring. Shallow and boring.
And again, Jimon Hussein, he was there. They found him, and then you didn't see any. He didn't do anything at the end, and then I thought he died or something. And then he just pops back up. Like, okay, so you have all these characters in this movie that you don't do anything with, and again, like I said earlier, tomorrow I'm not going to remember a single thing about this movie.
No. And again, what would there be to remember?
Exactly. Not a damn thing. Can't wait for the R-rated cut, and I can't wait for the sequel.
I watched part 2 of all the characters have pimp games.
That's right. There we go. That's my only request.
What character designs? What world designs?
Exactly. It all looked the same. You've seen it before. It's nothing special. It's nothing original.
No, not at all. The bad guy looked like Gunther from WWE.
Because you can't release a 6-hour movie in the theater and expect people to go watch it. You can't release a 4-hour movie in the theater and expect people to go watch it. So that's why you have the director's cut. That's why you had the 4-hour Justice League version that nobody watched. Everybody, for years and years and years, everybody wanted to see this movie and see this version, and it's not fair what happened, and they ruined the film, and they ruined the director, and then it came out and no one watched it. It's not complicated. Bunch of fucking crybaby. I still cannot understand that and get over that. Just a bunch of people cried for years for a movie that they didn't even watch when it came out. Because after that first weekend, you didn't hear anything about it. I didn't watch it. Why the fuck would I want to watch that? I didn't like the other cut. Why would I watch the director's cut?
Really?
What acting? The acting was awful.
Good way to put it. What acting?
People don't know how to act anymore. They don't want to be actors. They just want to be famous.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm sorry, so low energy, people. The movie literally sucked the soul out of my body.
Felt like Shang Tsung just like picked me up and took my soul out. That would have been having to sit through this.
No, there was no presence in the action scenes. No.
The
action scenes were boring. Completely boring.
It's the same generic fight scenes that we've seen in every single movie.
And the ending was a typical Marvel CGI overload. Must be the ending to Black Widow or whatever the hell. Pick your generic Marvel movie.
All of them. The world's going to end. We got to go save it.
Frame of I talked about that earlier. I answered that earlier about the action scenes. I even compared it to John Wick. I answered that.
It was all of it. Again, the choreography was generic as fuck, and it was shot exactly the same as every other movie. It's like, I forget which, I think it was Iron Man 2, Well, I'm so excited I can't stop yawning. The scene where Black Widow's like running down the hall and then she's fighting all those dudes. Every single movie that has come out since then has had a variation of that in at least one of their action scenes. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Because people look at, oh, we need to do that for our film. No, why don't you make it your own? Did you see The Matrix doing that? I don't think so. Did you see the John Wick movies do that? No, but then everybody copied those because, well, it worked for them. It should work for us because that's their mentality.
Yeah.
I don't know why Snyder keeps getting work. It's just, he has not impressed me. I guess he's blowing the right people. I don't know.
I was going to ask on a random tangent. Is there anything in the future you're thinking of picking up down the road? Maybe not like tomorrow or the next day, but like within the next few months. Like someone mentioned the Conan 4K.
Oh, I definitely want to. Yeah, I definitely want to get that. I do want to get Unlawful Entry, but it's already sold out. So I'll have to find it on eBay or something and try to get it for a decent price.
That's weird that was so limited.
Yeah, they do shit like that all the time. It's not out yet, and the features. Oh my god, the features aren't announced. See, I'm all discombobulated. I'm curious about the Faculty 4K that Shout Factory is going to put out. I'm curious about that. Is there anything else? No, actually, other than the Conan set and Unlawful Entry, there's nothing that really. Maybe Surviving the Game. Yeah, I'd definitely like to pick that up on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And then whenever they put out the features for the Faculty, I'll make a decision on that. Because the Blu-ray that came out here, I think Echo Bridge put it out, and the quality was shit. And then they re-released it, but I think they used the same transfer. So we'll see.
Yeah, for me, I definitely agree with Conan. Faculty's a good movie. Surviving the Game, I agree. Leviathan, I do want to get because I'm a sucker.
Oh yeah, of course. How could I forget about that?
And then I think Death Machine might. On the Tino, I said April. Whether it'll maintain that. I like that movie, Death Machine. I'd be curious for that, especially if it's supposedly will have a cut that's never been seen before. That'd be cool.
What's going on with Perfect Weapon and Sudden Death? I thought they were going to put that out.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
Still waiting on that I See You with the other cut.
Yeah, it was that one website, and I looked, and it was out of print, and those guys that website seems
already
anyway. But that website looked like low budget. It looked like, to reference this guy again, it looked like Hong Kong Rescue type of website. That's what it looked like. So
was it the Shamrock Media or was it something else? Was it Shamrock Media or something else?
It was the one I saw. It was like
or NSM or whatever.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up again. It was like whatever was under that video, their website, and
okay.
I never.
The only Zack Snyder movie I like is the remake of Dawn of the Dead, but that's it.
Kirikoff 4K, not anytime soon. I like the movie
because the features aren't worth it. I mean, I'll get it at some point just to see the transfer, but there's nothing with anyone that was in the movie or worked on the movie. It's a bunch of random people from the internet.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, why would I want to hear that? The Major League 4K, I mean, if there's new features, yeah, but if not, again, like Kindergarten Cop, there's 2 commentary tracks with random people from the internet. I mean, I'm sure Arnold is too expensive or whatever, but you couldn't have gotten some of the kids. You couldn't have gotten Richard Tyson. Pamela Reed, what is she doing? I mean, come on now.
Exactly.
Penelope Ann Miller, she did an interview for The Shadow. So you mean to tell me that she wouldn't have done an interview for Kindergarten Cop?
Fabio, if you watch Generation X, you're gonna laugh your ass off.
I haven't. I've seen it. I haven't seen it in a long time, but
Charlie Hunnam was wasted.
I mean, I'd say
much.
so. Yeah. Speaking of Kindergarten, yeah, who is those commentaries with? Let me look it up quickly here.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it's people you like historians.
Who? Yeah. If it's not even up here yet. Yeah, it's not even on DVD Compare. Let me check you now quick.
Film historians Alexandra Heller Nicholas and Josh Nelson, and then another with film historian Sam Digan.
Okay.
Deegan.
Here it is. Yeah, it's not even on their regular website. You have to go to their store to see it. That's kind of weird. It's not in their like catalog. Yeah, I mean,
I didn't mind the way.
I have no idea who these people are, so why should I care?
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, there's a 4K transfer. I'd love to see it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to rush out and buy it. Like Kathy Moriarty, you couldn't have gotten an interview with her. I mean, I know she's not in the movie much, but I mean, I'm sure you can get her to talk about it for 5-10 minutes. I don't get it. And when they're done with Monk, I'll get all those. But I'm waiting until they put out all the seasons. I'm not going to buy them, and then they didn't sell enough copies, so we're just not going to do them anymore. Okay, because they do that shit all the time.
And like you said, what did happen for Weapon?
I don't know. They were going to do that, and they were going to do Sudden Death, and then you didn't hear anything about it anymore. Yeah, they already have Monk season 5 listed. That's interesting because I don't think that's been announced yet. They're putting out Target. That's cool, but there's nothing with Matt Dillon. Obviously, Gene Hackman's not going to be on there, but yeah, commentary by film journalists. Okay, I mean that's cool, but I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, Jesse, I
have to get Face Off.
I've seen No Way Out, Jesse. I didn't mind it. Kevin Costner. Nah, the only way you'll see the Tremors pilot is if someone releases like that Beverly Hills Cop pilot was released secretly.
If it gets leaked out or whatever.
Exactly. That's the only way you'll see it.
I didn't even see the Beverly Hills Cop one. It's not on YouTube anymore. I think they took it down.
Yeah. It's on that one site though. Last I checked.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go on there and take a peek.
And yeah, it was. You can see why it wasn't picked up because the lead guy doesn't work.
Was it Brandon T. Jackson? Or was it somebody else? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was him.
Yeah, No Way Out's a good movie. I like that one. Yeah, Alec Baldwin got charged. Hopefully the charges will stick this time. that whole thing is a farce too. because they had him he was at Steel City convention in I think last month, and I kept making the joke. I'm like, well, I don't know what's worse, you going to Pittsburgh and getting shot, or Alec Baldwin shooting you at the show. And people got mad at me. I'm like, well, just like Kevin Spacey's doing a convention. I'm like, well, hide your kids. People got mad at me because of that. I'm like, well.
That's still crazy, the whole Kevin Spacey thing.
What do you not understand about this?
I still understand. I mean, is publicity really worth it? All the negativity you don't get from putting them on the show.
They don't care.
Is the publicity really worth it?
The people that run these conventions do not give a shit. All they care about is the money.
Because you've been at a lot of conventions. You mentioned multiple times how it's changed throughout the years.
Yep. Well, and the fact that when Gary Busey got in trouble, they knew about it the day before on Friday night, but they didn't do anything about it. They waited till Saturday. It's like, what are you doing? And if I would have known, I would not have gone over and wasted my time. But
right,
I didn't know till later. I didn't know till I see him not at his table and everything is gone, and then I was told what happened. I'm like, well, a little bit of a different story now.
So, as a guy that you've been at conventions a lot, how you've answered this at times, but just for me to better understand it, how has conventions changed? Like the way it was back then, like say 10 years ago.
The pricing has definitely changed because, well, yeah, that's one of the biggest things. Because when I first started going, Saturday was the busiest day. It might have been $30 to get in. Now it depends on the show, and what the people charge. Because again, when I first started going, nobody charged more than $50, and that was probably either the biggest name or like a select couple of people. Because I think even I don't think John Carpenter charged $50 when I met him. I think in those days, the most that I paid was Austin St. John, the original Red Ranger. He was $50, but that was it. Everybody else was like 20, 30, maybe 40. And then there would be the occasional person that would charge 50. But back then, people weren't charging an arm and a leg to get an autograph. And you didn't have to pay to get your picture taken. If you wanted to get a picture with someone, it was either free or you bought the autograph, or like you have to buy an autograph. Okay, and the autograph was like $20. Like Dee Wallace, when I met her, she's like, well, you have to buy an autograph. And it was $20. I'm like, well, okay, that's no big deal. It's $20. So, But now it's not like that. Now they charge you an arm and a leg for everything. They charge you an arm and a leg to get in. It's way more people. When even a Saturday when I first started going, yeah, it was busy. There was people there, but you could move around and you wouldn't have a problem. Now you go on a Saturday, it takes you forever just to get into the building because there's so many people, and then you have to navigate, and it's ridiculous. And people's attitudes have changed because back then everybody wanted to be there. Everybody wanted to meet the fans. They took your time. They talked to you. Now it's next. It's all about making money and getting people in and out. And it wasn't like that when I first started going. It was a really enjoyable experience. Now it's just people don't care. Everybody's a zombie. They're walking around on their phone. They're not paying attention. They're just there for the experience. It's stupid. And the promoters take advantage of it because all they give a shit about is the money, because that's how they make their money. It's not, when I first started going 2011, 2012, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Now it's ridiculous. And you know what? I mean, not trying to toot my own horn, but when people come up to me at these shows, Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with what you say about the prices in this. I'm like, well, I'm not going to be quiet about it because everybody feels it, especially in today's economy. Like, most people can barely afford to get to the show. And now you want to charge all this money on top of everything and this and that and the other thing and not posting the prices because they used to do that. Every show that I went to, the prices were posted. They stopped doing that. It was so helpful. Like, who gives a shit if he charges more than the other person? That's not my problem. But it's, you can plan ahead. Okay, I'm going to take this much for autographs. I'm going to take this much to grab some things, have extra cash just in case. But you can't do that anymore because you never know what you're going to get. And the vendors have gotten bad because they just keep charging an arm and a leg for everything because I get it. You got to make money. I understand that for some of them, that's their only source of income. I get that. Don't get me wrong. But how can you expect to sell all this if you don't want to, work on the prices a little bit? Because again, when I first started going, you could get stuff that was rare or Blu-rays. Like, I got you can't see it, it's in the back, but the Dirty Harry DVD set that had the badge and the map, I got that for $20. I couldn't believe that. Now, if you saw that today, oh no, it's 60, 70, 80. It's like, are you kidding me right now? I still have it. Even it's a DVD, but I keep it because it looks cool. But it's all about money now. So it's just a cash grab. And yeah, when I met Matthew Lillard, I think that was the first show that he ever did, or one of the first shows. I mean, yeah, we waited maybe a half an hour to meet him, but he took his time. He talked to you. He looked at you. Got pictures. We hung out. Now it's not like that. Now you get to the show and his line's already cut off because there's a million people in his line. It's ridiculous now.
Yep, Callum, he met Matthew Lillard.
Yep. Yes, I have.
How has vendors changed?
Because the prices, the prices are ridiculous. Because back when I was going, it was, hey, there might be an expensive thing here or there, but like all the figures are more expensive now. I used to get these the movie Maniacs. You could get them for like 20, 30, maybe $30, depending on the condition. I got the Michael Myers one over there. I forget how much they wanted for it, but I'm like, you know what? I just really want it at this point. Now, like, figures are really expensive. VHS has gone through the roof. It is crazy what people are charging for VHS at these shows. And it's more like, and I don't have anything wrong with people making their own art. I have some of it in here, but that's all you see now is like handcrafted. And you know what? Those people work hard. I don't have any problem with that. But when I first started going, it was DVD, Blu-ray, VHS. It was more of that, and it's gotten away from that, and it's a lot of toys. And I don't have a problem with that. Obviously, you see some in here, but I like a little variety. I don't want 17 vendors that all have the same shit and all their prices are ridiculous. It's like, why?
So why do you think they went away from DVD and Blu-ray? Is it just?
I think it was probably because of streaming, a lot of it, and it probably didn't sell. Honestly, I mean, people probably were bringing these movies and they weren't selling. It's like, okay, why am I bringing all this when I'm not going to make any money on it? Because there was one guy that was there for years. I used to see him at every show, and he would sell DVDs, and then all of a sudden, you never saw him anymore. So I don't know what happened, but yeah, they just, I guess they didn't sell, or they weren't, weren't moving them as much as they thought they were going to. And yeah, I mean, I got some of like the Universal Monsters stuff at the last one, and the guy wanted like $20 for like Frankenstein. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, really? Like, and it's not even shit that's rare. It's like common stuff that they want top dollar for. No, Silver Wings, it's stuff that's on DVD and Blu-ray. It's like common titles that people want like $30-$40 for. I'm like, are you serious?
Because there is, in case Silverwings doesn't know it, there is a collection of people that just want every VHS out there, whether it's a form of hobby, nostalgia, whatever. So there are people that will pay a ridiculous amount for VHS tapes, even of just the more common
Not
movie.
Me. Not
right.
me.
Me either. But there are people out there that do that. It's like the people that collect just slipcovers.
Yep.
Like slipcover is cool, but they'll pay like $50 for a slipcover.
Just for a slipcover, which is ridiculous. I've never done that, and I never will.
Me neither. I
paid money for just a slipcover, but not $50. You out of your mind for a piece of cardboard? No, I don't think so. But it's just gotten so ridiculous, and it's sad because it's like, why? You're hurting yourself, number one, because you're not going to make any money, and number two, you're hurting other people. And I try to finagle. I'm like, could you do a little bit better on the? No. Well, why not? And I ask them, I'm like, do you want to take it home or do you want to get rid of it? Okay, I'll do it. Well, there you go. Like, you got to finagle. It's ridiculous. Like, some of them, last year I went to Creature Feature and I got Slumber Party Massacre 1 and 2, Night of the Creeps, and a couple other ones. And they were good. They were in good shape, and they were all decently priced. And the guy cut me a deal because he remembered me from before. And I bought stuff from him before. He's like, yeah, he worked out a deal with me, and it was okay. But I see these prices, and I'm like, are you? Yeah, I was at Chiller, and I think a guy had Slumber Party Massacre 2 on VHS, and he wanted like $110 for it. And I looked at it, put it back, and walked away. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. No one is going to pay that. You are out of your mind.
So it's like eBay. They're always hoping for that one person that's dumb enough to pay for it. And
not me.
If I wait 8 hours, fine. If I get that one person.
Yep. Someone else can do it, but it's not going to be this guy. I'll tell you that much right now. It will not be me. It's just it's sad. It's really sad because, you know, again, when I first started going, it was fun and everything was affordable and people had a good time and, you know, you made friends, and now it's just people don't give a shit. They're just there for themselves and they take advantage of everything. Like, people bring 15 items for these people to sign and they're going to flip 10 of them. It's like, because when I met Peter Criss, there was a group of guys that were there. They all had 10 things for him to sign, and most of them they were going to sell. And the guy tried to buy my record off of me. I'm like, are you kidding me? He goes, I'll give you $100 right now. I said, I'll give you $100 to go away and be quiet. I'm like, you're out of your freaking mind.
Unless he'd be like, can I see it $100?
No.
Thanks.
I'll give you $1. How about this? $1. I'll give you $1 for you to go away. And then that was the show where it took forever. So I didn't get out of his line until 9 o'clock, and the show ended at 11, and nobody else was at their table. I'm like, the show still has 2 hours to go, and no one is at their table. And this was a Friday. This was the first night of the show.
Mm.
The only person that was still at their table was Tom Savini, but I don't want to meet Tom Savini.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I've heard about
it. Okay, cool. I'm not going to talk to him because he's a dick. And then there were the vendors that were there. There was nothing special. I think I'm at that show. I got a couple Kiss records because there was a guy selling that because Peter Criss was there. There was a couple that I was looking for. And I think I might have bought a couple of Fangorias, but that was it. I barely spent any money. Excuse me. So I'm allergic to the bullshit. I spent, I think, more money on getting the autograph than I did for anything else. And then waiting 4 hours in line because they didn't manage it properly, because Peter Criss was in a separate room, and it was only, you had to buy a specific ticket so they can keep control of who's in there. And yeah, it was a joke. And again, he had a 10-item limit, which he changed because the next time he did that show, it was a 5-item limit. And I'm like, good. And it was ridiculous. And people were cutting in and out of line, and it was a joke. And then they didn't feed him. Like, how do you not bring him food? So we had to stop for like a half an hour for him to get something to eat. And then he came back out, and he had to wear a mask and all this other shit. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. It was ridiculous.
Well, clearly, thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it, man. I played the game, so I won, and I was Kratos. So I won.
There you have it.
Hey, doesn't want to be referee. As long as he don't dance like that lady in AEW, I'm fine with it.
Oh God, I don't even want to know.
Aubrey Edwards. Like, look for those out there. Type up Aubrey Edwards referee, and she does like the most over the top referee. Like, it sells the Jesus. Well, yeah, Craze in the New Dial War, he'll lose because he's too busy watching over his shit-heeled kid saying whatever 8,000 times.
Jamaral, I have seen St. Ives, yes. And Callum, my favorite celebrity that I met was probably Pat Denizio from the Smithereens, because it wasn't like a celebrity. It was like the guy that lives next door to you. Like, he was totally normal, nothing about him, and he treated everybody like he grew up with them. It was awesome.
Jesse asked an interesting question. How come there has been so many people going to these conventions 10 years after? Like, they're going much more.
Because it's cool. It's cool now. It's the cool thing now. When I first started going, it was just for people like us. It was for that rabid, hardcore group of fans, and now it's cool. Now everybody's taking videos of themselves, and they're on Twitter, and they're this and that. And like, I know I make videos about it because, number one, I always did that. Every show I've ever gone to, I've done a video about it, even before it was popular and cool. Every convention I've gone to, I've done that. But that's what it is now. It's just people go because they have that fear of missing out or whatever, and they don't know what they're doing. They're just there's so many people that I go to these shows, and they don't know what the hell's going on. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know who's there. I'm like, what are you doing? What is going on?
I want to see that video. Joe Pilato confronting Tom Savini for being a dick.
I'd love to see that too. As long as he's Captain Rhodes, that's all that matters to me.
I'm running this Monty Farm, Savini. I want to know what the fuck you're doing my time.
Exactly.
Rest in peace to Joe Pilato. Rest in peace.
Absolutely. But yeah, Jedi and Jess, it's a trend. It's everybody's got to go. Everybody's got to be cool. Everybody's got to be hip, and it was not like that. And like I just said, there's people. There was the lady. Was it last year? Yeah, or no, 2022. I keep forgetting it's a new year. 2022. I was at Monster Mania, and Tom Morga walked right past us. I said, "Hey Tom, how are you?" She's like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "That's Tom Morga." Well, what was he in? I'm like, he played Michael Myers. He played Leatherface. He was on Star Trek. He was Harold Ramis's stunt double for Ghostbusters. Oh, I didn't even know. I'm like, then what are you doing here? Like, why are you here? Like, I just, like, We took my mom to go see Cirque du Soleil for her birthday, and these people were behind us, and they're like, I have no idea what this is. We just bought the tickets. I'm like, so you just bought tickets to something that you have no clue what it is just to be here? Okay, right. I guess that's what we do now. We just this is why I don't really leave the house other than when I have to.
I agree with that. It was a little bit like Dennis Frost. You just bought the tickets here.
Right. Little teaser there. You just bought the tickets because you didn't know. Now we got to shut the area down because there's too many people. They did the one. I wasn't there, but the one year they had to shut the building down, Monster Mania, because there was too many people. Because that year, I think It had just come out, the remake, and they had all the people from It. I think Tim Curry was there. I think Pee Wee Herman was there, and the fire marshal came and shut it down. They said, if you're in the building, you're fine, but if you leave the building, you cannot come back in. Like, yep, because they oversold and they didn't know that 5 million people were going to show up. And then the other, I think it was that same year, the other show was the one where the guy drove his car through the wall and Kane Hodder cut the guy by accident with the machete. Yep.
Guy went through a wall.
Yeah, I think he was drunk and he got in his car and he drove through the wall.
Well, hopefully no one was hurt.
No, thank God nobody got hurt, but it definitely scared people. But yeah, the guy drove like into the wall and hit the wall, and they busted him for drunk driving. Yeah, I mean, good, but it's like, what the fuck? And then that was the show where, because with Kane Hodder, you used to be able to bring real machetes for him to sign. And he signed it, and all he did was just hand it to the guy, and the guy was in the wrong place, and it cut his arm open, and he was bleeding everywhere. And luckily, they had paramedics there, and he was fine. It was okay, but it's like, all right, no more machetes. And then he can't choke people. He can't choke people anymore in the pictures because people complain because they're stupid. Because he used to choke you in the pic. He choked me. I have the picture, but he's not allowed to do that anymore because people complain because they're sensitive. Yep. Got to ruin it for everybody. But yeah, Jesse, it's the spike in attendance, and it increases all the prices because it's more people, so you can charge more. And then that's what they do.
It wasn't one of the Blues Brothers. That's
No, it was not. And then like Undertaker was there last year, but he was only there for one day, and then he got there 3 hours late because his flight was late, and you had to buy a specific ticket to meet him, and there was 1 million people there, and yeah, I wasn't doing all that.
Does Wayne Brady choke people in pits? Only bitches.
I don't know. He's a crackhead now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, Mr. D-Man, you used to be able to do that. You used to be able to bring real machetes for people to sign and real knives and this and that. Now, not anymore. Like you used to be able to bring the Freddy Krueger claws, like the real claw for Robert Englund to sign. Can't do it anymore because people got stupid with it. People ruined it. Yep, used to be able to do so much. Not anymore. Yeah, like again, Kane Hodder used to choke people in the pit. Now he wouldn't like kill you,
right,
but he would get a little squeeze in there because I wasn't. He grabbed me, and I'm like, oh wow, like I wasn't expecting that. But he never hurt nobody. But someone complained, and they're not allowed to do it anymore because they're stupid.
But thank you, General. Thank you for the kind words, and glad you saw that film finally. Yeah, it's a good one. Judgment.
Oh yeah,
great one.
And then Like certain people don't sign certain things. Like a guy I know met Alex Winter and he asked him to sign Wild Stallions and he goes, I don't do that. I'm like, okay, whatever. Stupid.
Okay.
Stupid. That's why I don't. There's many reasons why I don't like Alex Winter, but that's one of them. And then at the same show, he signed where the guy had a poster, and he signed where Bill Sadler was, and Bill Sadler got mad. He goes, "I can't believe he would do that," and he signed his name over his face. Well, that was awesome. Psycho people bring web. Well, I mean, yeah, that is a part of it too, because there was that incident where the guy threatened to kill Jason David Frank, and he showed up at the convention with weapons to kill him, but luckily the cops were there to stop him. So that yes, that is a reason why. I mean, I always carry a knife at a show because I always carry a knife everywhere I go, and nobody's ever stopped me. So. No, I think Brett and Vince get along fine. I just, Brett just does his own thing. He might pop up for something every now and again, but
maybe with what's going on, that's a good thing.
Yeah, so
you stay away.
Maybe there is something else that we don't know about.
I know people asked you 50 times in your streams about it, so I don't want to repeat because you said many of your piece on your streams on the Vince McMahon stuff.
That's okay.
Do you think this is the beginning of more people being fired and stuff?
I would think because of the severity of it.
Yeah.
And look, again, as I've said a million times, I am not shocked. That this is not shocking to me at all. Right. You've heard all this stuff in the past. Oh, that's just Vince, and it's like, well, no, it's not right. It doesn't matter. And everything else that's going on. I just don't know why people wait. Other than NDA, like why do you wait so long to say something? It's not just with Vince; it's with everybody else. But
right.
Excuse me. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the hammer is going to come down on a lot of people because of this.
I just think, do you think Bruce Pritchard, there's a possibility he'll be gone? Since
probably. Probably because Ronda Rousey was saying some stuff about him, so we'll see. Right. Not that anybody gives a shit what Ronda Rousey says, but
that's what I was saying. Yeah.
We'll see.
Thank you, Bobby. Godzilla Fan Freeze, a YouTuber, was there at the JDF thing when that happened. Okay. Yeah, you always gotta be careful. Always be careful. No matter where you go. Because all it takes is one lunatic. That's why I don't go back real quick the whole Kevin Spacey thing. All it takes is one person to be like, I didn't get a shot at him.
Yep.
All it takes. And I mean, that's fine, but I just don't want anyone collateral damage in the middle, like passing by, walking away from, oh shit,
Yeah, well, that happened that happened at Chiller. I think it was 2022, the first year I went. Somebody got stabbed in the hotel, and they shut it down. And it was, I don't know what happened, but these two guys got into an altercation at the show, and one guy pulled out a knife and stabbed another guy. It happens all the time, especially in the, not to go into this territory, but in the past couple years, because of everything that's been going on, a lot more of that has unfortunately been happening. But you never know. Because not to be a dick or what, but you see some people and that something's not right up there. You might want to stay over on this side of the room because there's just certain people that you can tell something is going on, and you don't want to be
being a dick. It's survival instincts.
I know, but people will get mad at me because they always get mad at me no matter what I say or do. But You know, it's just you know when you see certain people, you know something's up, and you don't want to be around when something happens. We've all been there in our lives, so there's that.
Yeah.
I get that. I get that about Brett getting tired of people bringing up the screw job. I understand that. I get that. I get that he's bitter about that. I get that he's bitter about his brother. I completely understand. I'd be bitter too. But everything else in his career was amazing. He had an amazing. How many people can say that they had a career like Bret Hart's in wrestling? Not many. So, yeah, I mean, a bunch of shitty things happened, but he wrestled all over the world. He was a champion. He was loved everywhere he went, made millions and millions of dollars. I get it. I get it, but it's just like, be grateful of. I think you should be more grateful of all the other things that happened. And, you know, yeah, a lot of bad things happen, but a lot of bad things happen to everybody. And just try to put that to the side as much as you can. Like, I know a lot of people get mad about the Goldberg thing. Yes, Goldberg was unsafe. Goldberg hurt everybody that he worked with. But do I think that he intentionally hurt Bret Hart? No, I think it was an accident. Right. And then for Bret to call him a Nazi and Hitler, that's uncalled for. There's no reason to say that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, better than being Ric Flair.
I mean, true. True, very true. I mean, look, would you rather be Bret Hart or be Ric Flair? I'd rather be Bret Hart, just saying.
Exactly.
At least, you know, Bret's career ended prematurely, unfortunately, but at least he didn't keep going out there and embarrassing himself like Ric Flair continues to do. But yeah, the whole thing where he said he wanted to shoot Goldberg, it's like, come on, Bret. If you want to shoot anybody, you should shoot Vince. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Vince did worse to you than Goldberg did, but, you know, especially, and like Bret said, you know, if that was Shane McMahon in that spot with Owen, that show would not have continued.
True.
I completely agree with that.
I think you're Bobby. I mean, well, if he did that, I'll try to think of a different title. He didn't have Chill Clock. I'll think of NDA.
Another NDA.
But thank you, Bobby, for the kindness. But I'll probably have to wrap it up. I got about 26% on my phone left. About 3 hours in. And frame by frame, if you're in here or if you see us up to the fact, thank you so much for your kindness, for sending the requests. Thank you guys out there for joining us for about 3 hours now. And Fabio, thanks for being on here. I mean, it was a request for both of us, but it definitely helped because I would have fallen asleep by myself.
So I don't have to take a sleeping pill tonight. I'll be good.
But yeah, you have a good night, my friend.
You too.
Everybody out there, have a good night. Be safe out there. And we will see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.